Ulla asked me if I could talk about content marketing. What the hell are we talking about? It goes by many names. When I started this business a long time ago, we were talking about sponsored magazines. We talk about custom publishing, custom media, customer media, customer publishing, and in the meantime I hope that my presentation is there. Yes, it is. Member media, private media, branded content, corporate publishing, corporate journalism, and branded media. But I think nothing says it better than content marketing. But what the hell is it? I'm going to talk a little bit about the principles, and I have 4 or 5 case studies I'm going to present, and then I hope to come to some conclusions. Maybe shortly an introduction of myself. I'm a journalist. I started in this business in 75, so that's a long time ago. And then I built up a company called VDBA in the Netherlands, market leader. And I was so lucky that I could sell my company to Interpublic in 2004. And since that time, I spent my time with writing books about customer media. A chair on the Amsterdam University where you can study customer media. You can do a master in customer media. So it's very exciting that science has took this up. And I have a daily blog where I'm write about what's going on in this business. I'm trying to follow what's going on in customer media and content marketing all over the world. And every week I send over 7,000 email newsletters to my fans. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know how many journalists are in this room, but when I start in this business, we were just writing an article with a heading and an introduction. And look to this. I think this is a nightmare for every journalist, because you don't only have to deliver a story when you're working for content marketing. You have to deliver your story for a digital magazine, for the iPad, the iPhone, the web, at least 10 tweets, and so on and so on. I think it's a nightmare for a journalist, but it's a dream for a marketeer. Basically, content marketing is, I think, the art of communication with your customers and prospects without selling. It's not interruption marketing. You are delivering information that makes your buyers more intelligent. The essence is, of course, the strategy. It's the belief that if we deliver valuable information, our consumers, our clients will reward us with loyalty and so on. This is a definition. I don't know who of you knows Joe Pulizzi. If you don't, put that name in your mind. He is the content marketing evangelist in the world. He has a very exciting website called Junta 42. And this is what he says about content marketing. And content marketing is used by all big brands all over the world. Procter & Gamble, Microsoft, because that's the only way to communicate with your client. Smart marketeers understands that traditional marketing becomes less or becomes more and more effective if you are becoming a publisher, using relevant content. Not only because content marketing fuels social media, search and sales, but also because it's much more credible than advertising. This is an exciting question. I don't know how many platforms you are using to communicate with your client. There's a big research project done in the States, and there they find out that over 40 different channels or different platforms are used. The 10 most important ones. At the end of my presentation, I'm going to show you the 40, all 40, but this is just an impression to see what possibilities you have as marketeer or as content marketeer to communicate with your clients. And I'm going to show you this case study, iFly magazine. If you haven't seen it on the web, put it in your mind and go there tomorrow morning and see what they are doing. This is KLM's new customer magazine. It's digital and it aims to inspire the clients. It's one of the ways KLM is trying to get in touch with their clients. It's distributed to 4.5 million KLM clients in the Netherlands, UK, Northern Europe, and Russia. And what I want to do with the magazine is to build up a database with interest profiles of their clients, their readers. Because the database can be used to personalize the magazine, the content of the magazine, and to give follow-ups on the magazine with personalized direct marketing mailings. So, thanks to the magazine, they can communicate very tailor-made, very personalized with the client. It's not only a magazine, as you see. It's on all social channels. And of course, the most important goal is to stay in touch with the clients in between the flights. This is some KLM's media map, and what you see is that if you have plans to make a trip, you go to the website, and from that moment KLM is talking with you. But after the flight, if you're coming home, they try to keep in touch with you through this magazine and hoping to inspire you for a next flight. So this is how it looks, the iFly magazine. You see it's coming 6 till 8 times a year, bi-monthly, and it connects clicks to persons. And that makes it possible to personalize the content of the magazine. It's very exciting what they are trying to do at this moment. The first 4 or 6 spreads, you can click on all different places, and after each click you have the choice of 3 different things. And it depends on what choices you are making, what sort of content is coming further up in the magazine. So the magazine fills itself based on what you're doing on the first pages. Very, very exciting. They have 200 click positions in the magazine, so behind each click position you have 3 choices, 600 differences. And all those information goes into the database. So, is it a magazine? Yes, it is a very interesting magazine. I hope you agree with me if you've seen it. But of course, it's a database-driven project. And it's used to personalize parts of the magazine. It's used to personalize next issues. And it's used for email follow-ups, as said. Over 10%, I said 4.5 million clients. Over 10% is opening the magazine, and it's reading at least 50%. Thanks to social, they have now in 3 years over 100,000 new email addresses, new clients they otherwise never have got. So it's thanks to the clients who have sent it to Facebook and liked it, that other people are seeing the magazine. And the conversion into flights, the most important thing, of course, is growing. They don't give me numbers, but they are very positive, very enthusiastic over this project. And iFly is awarded in many countries, in the States, in England, in Holland, as the best content marketing / interactive content tool. So if you go to the web, have a look and be inspired about what this way of sending relevant content to your clients can do for your brand. The next one is from Switzerland, and it's on the web. Hearing the World is it called. Also very exciting. It's done by Phonak, and Phonak is a company making hearing tools, hearing instruments. And they started with Hear the World to raise hearing awareness and to provide information about hearing loss. And they choose for music, and that happens by coincidence. I tell you later why. And they start a foundation to help hearing impaired children all over the world. So they develop programs for Africa and Asia to help kids with problems. And this is their vision. It's just one word. Let's try to make wearing a hearing system no longer a taboo. How can we make a topic or a trend of wearing a hearing system like you have your glass or your watch? That's their goal, and it's really exciting how they are doing it. They use all platforms, and they were very in luck that they get in touch with Bryan Adams. I'm not sure if you all know who Bryan Adams is, a famous singer, but he's also a very famous photographer. And all albums of a lot of famous artists are made by Bryan Adams. So it happens that Bryan Adams was having Plácido Domingo in his studio, and he asked him, please, would you be so kind to spend 5 minutes of this time to do this, and can I use this picture for this foundation? And Plácido Domingo says yes. And after him, 50 famous artists from Amy Winehouse, Mick Jagger, Annie Lennox, Rod Stewart, Sting, everyone has said yes. So they have over 50 ambassadors helping them solving the problem. And of course, if you are in a position like that, you have these stars without having paid them because they did it for free. And you can use that just only one picture for the cover of your magazine. It's unbelievable what it is doing for the magazine and for the website. So it's very smart that they choose this way to do that. I show you on the left side you see their target audiences and then the different platforms they are using. It shows how they work. Just an overview of the ambassadors and the magazines. I love those magazines, really. Great magazines. And they go much farther than lots of others. They have street activities, they have events, they have had big expositions all over the world. There's the photos of Bryan Adams. And of course, social is doing a lot for the brand. And what you think about free publicity? It's really amazing. And they have an awareness campaign with the billboards of the covers. And this is what it is doing now. If you go to the website, it's really a very exciting website. They have over 30,000 unique visitors every month. 10,000 free publicity places in all media all over the world. Awarded 18 times national and international. And at this moment, 53 international stars supporting the case. So, another example of a very smart way to work with relevant content, or how can we make our content relevant? Because that's the most important question we are talking about. Another Dutch example, just 3 slides. It's the magazine of the Dutch Railway. I don't know how it is here, but it's possible now to buy yourself or to subscribe yourself for cheaper railway tickets. You're paying 50 euros a year and then you get discount on each trip. So the question is, how can we support all those subscribers, members, to travel by train? That's really a thing. So that's the function, that's the goal of this magazine. 4 times a year. The goals: strengthen client value, enlarge loyalty, and stimulate traveling asset. Is it me? Sorry. Asset stimulates traveling by train. So what the Dutch Railway is doing is not only sending a magazine. The magazine is full with inspiring editorial articles about destinations. But it has an outsert with 20 different coupons with discount on entrances at destinations like musea, events, and so on. It offers cheap city trips. And so what they are trying is, again, how can we make the content relevant? And of course, the second goal was, how can we make a business of our content marketing program? And I'm going to show you some results. And most important is the third one. Every subscriber, 1.5 million, is doing 2 train trips more than the people who doesn't have a subscription. And the average price of a train ticket is 15 euros, between 10 and 20 euros. So that is at least 20 times 1.5 million. Extra business done by the magazine, by making content relevant. Allerhande is the #1 cooking magazine in the Netherlands. And it has a circulation of 2 million, distributed in store. And the number I like is that at Christmas, 40% of the Dutch households are using the magazine, are having a dinner made inspired by this magazine. That's really exciting to think about that. But how are they doing that? Of course, Albert Heijn, that's the name of the store, has a market share of around 30%, so they have a big market share. But the way they communicate with the client helps enormously. The magazine is a monthly, so 12 times a year. And the magazine has a website where the content is almost daily refreshed, and the way they refresh it is based on the weather, for example, or the Tour de France, or events so they are checking every day what sort of recipes we need today to inspire our clients. On the web there is a recipe database where readers or clients can upload their own recipes. And there are women who have uploaded over 10,000 recipes. But the good thing is that they offer you the possibility to make your own cookbook based on what you think and the recipes you. So you can make your own spot on the website, and if you want to have it printed, it's also possible. But the most exciting thing is the application, I think. That's what I think, because if one of the recipes you want to use, you can download it on your phone, and it gives directly the shopping list of what you need. But not only the shopping list, it tells you also where the closest nearest by shop is, and there is a GPS that tells you where in the shop the products are. So you can imagine what is the next step. They offer you a discount on products, other products. So it's very interesting how they can make a connection from relevant content directly to the floor. And as said, that's the way that 40% of Holland cooks or is inspired by the magazine. This is the cross-media platform. It's very exciting to see how they have a completely integrated platform where you find all the tools, all the channels, where the content that starts in a magazine is used all over the different channels in different formats, and finally it's here when you're in the shop thinking about your dinner tonight. They help you. The last case study is a short one. I don't know what Unilever is doing in Poland, but in Holland, Belgium, France, they have this platform, You Know Me. And it offers You Know Me to get in direct contact with their end users, because normally it's the supermarket who has the contact with the client, not Unilever. And now they go over the supermarket directly. And You Know Me is a community of women. A community platform where women talk with each other about daily life. They can upload their own content about all objects they like, from love till sex. And of course, the clicks are followed, because they give permission for it. And the clicks are followed by Unilever. And the topics, of course, are going in a database, and that database is used for product development or communication, for marketing, for all that sort of stuff. But it's fabulous. This platform, I think over 100,000 women in Holland, over 500,000 women in France are using these platforms every day, coming back every day, discussing and sharing information. I never want to share, but okay, that's the way it works today. Okay, over 350,000 members just in Holland. And again, what is the principle from this idea is relevant content. Relevant content shared between clients. So, content marketing. You need a strategy. I'm not sure if the word cope if you have heard about the word, it's now starting on the internet in the content marketing business. Are you coping? And it says only create once and publish everywhere. And that's a small part of what content marketing is. Be with your content where your clients are, on all the different channels. And think not only about articles, it's video, it's everything. Even more important, I think, is the second bullet. When we talk about content marketing and about relevant content, socialize your content. And what does that mean? Make it easy for your readers to share your content with their social networks. And I'm talking at this moment with magazine makers. Then in the past we were talking about a formula. A magazine has to be like a dinner with a nice entree and then the main course and a dessert. But even more important is that if you're looking to magazines, each spread has to be something special. Each spread had to deliver at least 5-6 tweets. And so it's so important for the magazine business to think how many tweets do we have here if the magazine is printed. And another thing is if you're writing an article, what are you doing with the headline? The first thing you have to do is see what Google is doing with the headline, for example. See what the search engine are doing with your headline, and if nothing happens, make another one. Make a headline that gives you a lot of impact and a lot of response. So socialize your content, make it easy for your readers to share your content with their friends, and optimize your content for search. That means use Google as said, use Twitter, how many hashtags are possible based on your article. We are so used, if you're working on the web, to see what sort of text are we going to use, but what does that mean for print? How many texts are possible with your article, with your magazine? So thinking about content marketing, those things are very important to think about. But of course, the main question is how to set up, implement, and measure a successful content marketing program. I think it's a huge thing for a lot of people, for marketeers, for agencies, because it's really new. Okay, maybe you're in luck, and now starts a commercial, but okay, it's allowed. Because you have a very excellent association that starts content marketing course this fall, September or October, I don't know exactly, beginning of October, with national and international experts as teachers. 10 weekends, 160 hours of knowledge starting the beginning of October, and it's really exciting because those 10 weekends, all the discussions about how can we make content relevant, how can we socialize content, what does a content strategy mean, how can we work with that, are passing, and you can discuss about that with colleagues. So this is the label. If you think, oh, that's me, I'm a brand marketeer, or I'm in communication management, then maybe this course is something for you, or otherwise for your colleagues. And I think this course, a sort of course, is going in Holland, 20 till 25 entries every year, very successful. They're all very enthusiastic that they can work together, because that's part of the course, working in small groups on a real project during 10 weekends. It's very exciting. So I hope that this is going to be a success. As promised, the 10 most popular ones, but here are 40. And Jesus, that's really a nightmare, making a content strategy for all those channels. But okay, that's reality at this moment. That's the world we are living in, and that's what you think about. Maybe you remember this one. Inspire me, and I will get involved. And that's only possible with relevant content. If you have nothing to say, don't start with content marketing. But if you have relevant content, inspire me. And I show you this one in the beginning. Content marketing is, of course, how are we going to market the content we have? Thank you.